Yes, 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 yes. We are
Yes.
back with orchestra. No.
Energy Orchestrator. Let's
We are
go.
back with Energy Orchestrator. Yeah.
Uh, and Omar. Woo!
Omziel is in the building. For
Yes,
real,
yes,
for real.
yes.
Oh my God, it's been
Woo!
great. We just got back from the men's retreat, man.
That we did.
Oh
That
my
we
God.
did.
Oh my God. Come on, give me some. Give me some. Let me know,
Woo!
man. How was it? No, really, bro.
Ah,
People think we're hyping this up, but come on, man.
it
Give it to
was
them, man.
it was powerful. It was powerful, man. Us men getting together and getting vulnerable, digging into the deeper parts of ourselves that we're not usually able to share, exposing ourselves, seeking out help from other men, is just so powerful. It's so transformative. It's
Mm-hmm.
so beneficial.
Mm-hmm.
Being up in Stone Mountain Farms on that beautiful land of 250
Mm-hmm.
acres, having, that feeling of oneness with nature, it's just unparalleled.
Yeah, it's
It's
unparalleled. It is. It is.
truly, truly beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
All of the things on the itinerary that we set up, you know, each thing had an impact. Um, from the moment, the gentleman started to arrive, everybody's always got that kind of wall up, but you and I obviously were both very welcoming, and we come with our walls let down so that these brothers can, follow suit and do the
Mm-hmm.
same,
Yeah, that
and
one brother, he did mention that too. He said, "Oh, when I got here, man, I didn't know what to think, and I'm looking at this guy, right? Because I'm greeting him at the door, like, hey, what's going on, brother? Welcome home, right?" He's like,
hmm
I didn't know what to expect, and then I started having these thoughts. How's this guy gonna help me? There's
hmm
nothing that he could
hmm
tell me. I've been through hell. I live in hell. I breathe in hell. What is it that he's going to show me?
hmm yeah, the judgments that we automatically put up and put out, but in truth it's really a reflection, because we're trying to figure ourselves out, and through the mirrors of these other people, especially these people that we don't know, you
Mm-hmm.
know
Yep.
so it's totally understandable that there's that reaction, you
Mhm,
know
mm,
and
mm.
it's beautiful to watch how that changes, how a brother
Mm,
can later on then express that, and we develop such a close bond that they're able to be that honest,
yeah,
and
yeah,
trust that we're not
yeah,
going to judge in return.
right. Yeah,
That alone speaks to the level of growth that was provided in this experience, along
yeah.
with so many
So, so,
other things, of
so many.
course.
Yeah, I often think about, the same walls that we put up, to keep bad things from coming in are the same walls that keeps good things from coming in also.
Yes,
Listen, we have to
yes,
lower the walls. We have to trust. We got to
that's
trust
that's
somebody. We got to let
that's very
somebody in,
true.
bro. Yeah.
That's very, very true, and I'm glad that you make that point. It's a perspective I haven't even fully, looked at, and I think that's great, great thing to say, and yeah, it's very right.
Mm, mm.
We're blocking our own blessings by doing something like that.
Yeah, we got to get out of our own way, man. For me, it's that transformation, like you said, when you start seeing brothers, the walls start going down. Yeah, you see them when they come in, right? They be like, "Yeah, how you doing? Yeah, yeah, okay, I'm just here for," and like, man, your body is even saying it. You're like, this means close. Don't
hmm
come in. Don't come close. But my guard is up. You see the legs crossed and they're like just in like that. But then after a while, you see like they let go, shoulders
Yes,
down, right? That
yes,
tension in the brow, right, starts to soften. It's those little things like that. And then,
yes.
it's also those little ceremonial events, the little ones,
Mm-hmm.
Will, like when you're leading men to the fire with intentions, with the sage, with the tobacco. It's those little things like that, giving that
Mm-hmm.
sacrifice to the fire with intentions, speaking out, or mentally speaking, this is what
Yeah.
I would like to get out of this experience. I'm here. I'm grateful for the fire. Thank you. It's the same fire that my ancestors sat next to. Thank you so much. And with the tobacco, they release that whoosh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, I'm glad that you bring all of that up because I definitely wanted to touch on, how we just opened the experience, that opening ceremony. It already, invites these men to this deeper side of what we're bringing. And it brings a level of closeness and camaraderie, by us gathering together in such a way. And yeah, and then, us then doing, beginning the work. The first thing we did was the energy work that I provided. And, you know, what was great about that specifically at that time is I'm opening up a meditative space for everybody, and then, cleansing, doing the chakra cleanse. We're cleansing and aligning our spirit for the entire weekend. And
Mhm,
that's really why I definitely did want to do it at that time, was to start it off like that.
mhm,
And then it was beautiful that we, got a chance to break bread together.
mm,
It's a
mm,
very
mm.
important thing for, people to sit down at a table and share a meal. you
Thank you.
know
Yes.
this is
Yeah.
how you really get to connect and develop a family and get to know one another on such a deeper interpersonal
That's right.
level.
Yeah. Just the way our
um
ancestors did it. Yeah. You're right.
Yes, yes. And then, how we just kind of freestyled it from there, where we kind of just had the rest of that evening to talk and get to know one another.
Mm, mm,
And slowly but surely, actually not even slowly, because we everybody kind of opened up rather quickly.
mhm,
Um, everybody got to get to know each other.
mm,
We had kind of group conversations with all of us, and then we kind of had our moments where each of us were separating,
mm,
excuse me, with one another, and
mm,
sharing these deeper intimate parts of ourselves,
mhm,
sharing, be it that, the relationships we've been in with women, or the things we're going through, as
well, the job.
fathers, as
Yeah. Right.
fathers that are not necessarily with our children.
Mhm,
And how we could all relate to that. I thought that was truly beautiful,
mhm.
really.
It definitely was. And the again, like that transformation, you see them coming in with their stories. Oh, well, I'm this, and I'm that, and I've accomplished so much, right? You see all this in the beginning, but then,
Hmm.
like, as the transformation happens, they start lowering that. And man, at some point, men start saying, like, man, I'm not that. I'm not that job. I'm not that. I'm not the things that they're telling me. You know, they
Hmm.
put these labels on me, ADHD, and all kinds of, sickness, and disabilities. But then you see that they let that go, and they go, no, I'm not that. I'm not that anymore. And then they start embracing the other thing, like, I am powerful, I am strong, I am God, I am a God, I am.
Hmm.
I'm put here as the creator to experience this life and to let go of those things.
Hmm.
I
And I'm
love it,
glad
man.
you bring that up, because that kind of brings me into then what the second day was like. You
Mhm.
know, so we rose up early, a little bit later than we wanted to, but things kind of, sometimes schedules go a little
Yeah.
bit slightly
Mhm.
off
Gotta be
key,
flexed. You
which
gotta be
is
flexed like
fine.
the trees. When the
Yeah.
breeze blow, yeah.
And I thought it was beautiful how we started off the morning with, or the rising, pardon me, with the breath work and the yoga.
Mhm.
That was
Mhm.
beautiful, and
Yeah.
was
Mhm.
very opening.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
that the breath work, especially, I mean, both of them are equally great, but the breath work
Mhm.
for me, I love the most because it's so transcendental. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
get taken to these other heights of experience that I really, really thoroughly enjoy, and excuse me,
Mm-hmm.
get to have these different transcendental states, of
Mm-hmm.
consciousness. Sometimes leaving the body, sometimes, the vibration, the buzzing, all of
Mm-hmm.
that stuff I genuinely, genuinely love.
Yeah, me too.
y-
Me too. It
you
was
know
so strong. And then
mhm
we got to the mountain ice water. Every man
mhm
went in. Like it was
mhm
so transformational. It's based on the Shinto belief
mhm
system of Masagi.
Miss,
That it's
yes.
based on that. So you see, we also started. I did the tea ceremony, and I don't want to say too much because it's a proprietary experience.
Mhm mhm
But we drank the tea with intentions and we headed out with the silent talk, and the snow was just coming down like and just hiking through the mountains, getting to that waterfall. We got in and oh my god, it was just so transformational, so much so, Will, that I'm here back in the house. I'm with the family, and all of the attention is starting to pull at me and everything. And then some rough moments came up, and
mhm
what did I do? I was back there at the ice water again, man.
At that stillness,
At
right?
that stillness in the rushing of the water on my body, and the silence of nature, and the stillness of the snow falling. And oh man, it was so silent, it was loud.
Mhm.
Yeah, you right.
Mhm.
You see, remember me and you were just sitting up there out there, and it was like, wow, do you hear that?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes.
silence. Oh my god, so
Mhm.
anybody that's interested in something like that, and if someone really needs that reboot, or perhaps they're having difficult figuring things out, or having trouble stepping to the next level, or wanting to let go of those relationships or those addictions, or maybe they want to start a new relationship that they don't have the courage to do that, I encourage them to come through to the Windhorse Rising men's experience, man.
Yes. Yes.
Come
Definitely.
through.
Definitely.
It's a great thing, Will, and it's so beautiful that I love to emphasize all the things that we did and everything, but there's at some point people have to want it, because I don't like that feeling of like feeling like a used car salesman. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, we'll
Mhm.
throw in some brand new tires on the thing, and the radio will. It's like, no, it's not like that. If you're
Mhm.
open to
Mhm.
these things, come through,
Yes.
give it a
Yes.
try, or try
Yes.
something, or try someone
Yes.
else,
It's a,
but do something.
develop a relationship with yourself. This is just one tool that we just so happen to offer, but there are many tools. You know,
Definitely.
there definitely are many tools,
Speaking
and
of tools, speaking of
yeah,
tools.
right. Perfect segue.
Segue.
You would think I'm doing this forever, right? I
Yeah.
mean, I am. I am. We're just
You are,
pretending that I'm
yeah.
doing it for the first few
Right,
times.
right.
So yeah, let's jump into the next subject that we were planning on,
Yay.
discussing, and that
Mhm.
is combo. We are having this Saturday at 11 a.m. in your beautiful healing sanctuary, the
Mm,
Omziel Healing Sanctuary. We're
thank you.
having a combo ceremony, and
Mm,
Kambo is a frog that comes from the Amazon. It is the Philomedusa bicolor frog, is the
mm,
scientific name, otherwise known as the giant monkey tree frog. And we take the secretion from this frog and put it on our skin via burns. The burns are placed there to be able to remove the first and second layer of the skin of the epidermis, and this way, this secretion can go directly into the lymphatic system. The secretion of this frog has quite a few bioactive peptides, and those bioactive peptides, they trigger the body's intelligence to detoxify and purge and detoxify the pathways, the lymphatic, helps the lymphatic system move.
mm.
And yeah, so these biopeptic biopeptide
Yeah.
uh, are they're toxic basically to bacteria, to viruses to parasites and to fungus.
mm,
So when those hit the body, they help in removing all of that stuff from our systems,
mm, mm, mm,
and through that process becomes a purge. And what happens is we tend to swell up a little bit, we get hot, our heart begins to race, sometimes we can feel our head pounding, and then we release all of that stuff. And it's a beautiful experience. It definitely is challenging, but it's so worth it.
mm,
It's unlike anything I've ever experienced
mm,
personally.
mm.
um the results I hear from people, and the testimonials, not only from myself but from plenty other practitioners throughout the world, are just incredible, the different ways that this medicine has been able to help us.
Maybe I could play like some questions that people
Sure.
might be asking. Like, let's see, why would I want to do this? I feel fine. Well, what's up?
Well,
What am I
well,
gonna get out of this?
the question is, do you really feel fine? What's really going on within yourself, in truth, behind the layers, behind the masks, what's really under the surface. And this medicine provides a beautiful opportunity for a rebirth. And by
Mm,
rebirth, I mean physically, first, is one way, spiritually is another way, mentally is another way, and energetically as well.
mm, mm,
So, in truth, a lot of us are going through different things, where people may be struggling mentally, they may be struggling physically, different health issues. So
mm,
this medicine offers a way to help heal and cleanse all of those things, and then realign you, excuse
mm,
me, realign you with yourself and your spirit.
mhm, mhm. Yes, and I'm so glad that you said that because we often think like I feel fine. I don't have to do none of these things, right? Because most humans, we wait until things go wrong. Like we wait till the wheels fall off of the car, and then we go, "Oh, maybe I should look into this." Then we find ourselves in the emergency room, right? So it's sort of that preventive thing, also. But
Well,
in
yeah.
addition to that, I'm sorry. Go ahead,
No, go
brother.
ahead. Go ahead. Mhm.
I was going to say thank you. In addition to that, you spoke about that energetic. And in the jungle where this medicine come from, it's something called Panema. Panema is
Yes.
where our ancestors, the indigenous people, speak about this. What is it? It's that negative energy. It's that bad luck. That whatever we want to call it, lots of us walk around saying, "Man, something's just on me. I can't seem to get out of this. I just can't seem to rise up. I'm working hard over here. What more? What's happening?" It can be some of that energy that is on you, and
Mhm.
this medicine helps to remove that. You know it it it, it works on laziness, and it works on sadness. It works on low self-esteem, which are all byproducts of negative energy that you have on you.
Yes.
So
And, along
go
with
ahead.
negative energy, but also lack of energetic flow. That's a big one, because we have these so-called blockages.
Mm,
That's a lack of energetic flow,
mm,
and those show up as different symptoms, different diseases. If
mm,
I'm blocked in my sacral chakra, I may experience things with my sexual organs, or if I'm blocked in my, if I'm blocked in
mm,
my heart chakra, I may have a heavy heart, I may have different, issues
mm,
in there. So,
mm,
combo definitely on an energetic level helps clear and
mm,
remove those energetic blockages, along with aligning you with your chakras, aligning you with your center, aligning you with your spirit, with your soul, with yourself,
mm.
for
Yeah,
sure.
I do know that some of these things have not been in mainstream medical books, right? But these
Hmm.
are some of the things that our ancestors have been saying like for eons. And
Yes.
I always love when scientists finally catches up and go, "Oh, we just discovered that this medicine is." I'm like, "Man, we've been telling you that, man. Get out of here." So when you
Hmm.
talk about that heart chakra, oftentimes we have that emotional blockage. Some people feel like, man, I just can't love. I just don't feel it from this person or from anybody. So there's that emotional blockage. We want to be more harmonious. We want to be more happy. And this medicine is great for that.
I also want to touch on, being that you're talking about the indigenous and ancestral ways. So this medicine, you know, before it was really brought to the West, was used more by the strongest members of the tribe. And it was used in preparation for them to go on a hunt. So uh, they would apply this medicine and it would help enhance all of their senses. Help sharpen your vision, help sharpen your hearing, your sense of smell, your vision, so on and so forth. And so before
Mm,
going out there, they would sit with this medicine and
mm,
then go out into the
mm,
into the jungle and
mm.
hunt for food, or
Yeah.
grab veggies and all of those types of things.
Mhm,
So it was, very, it's always been sacred, and it was, kept for specific, group of people. But as,
mhm,
time has gone on and we've evolved, it's shifted its role. It's
mhm, mm,
become, especially in the Western world, it's become more of a healing thing,
mm,
more of a tool to, get back to health and get our bodies working
mm,
optimally, because we're not running
mm.
around and hunting,
Yeah.
anymore
Yeah.
for our food.
Yeah, you see, but that's a great point. It has shifted, but yet it continues to play that role for humans.
Hmm.
Incredible, because we
Hmm.
have to go out there and hunt. We
Hmm.
all, if you don't hunt, you don't eat. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I mean, you've got to do
and
something,
and
your
now
your
we
your job or your personal life. Go ahead, brother.
and now we just hunt in different ways.
That's
you
it.
know
We
yeah.
do. But it also, in my studies too, it increases the pain tolerance too. So this
Hmm.
has to do
Yes.
with this warrior medicine, because that's what it
Hmm.
is. It was for the
Hmm.
warriors, and
Hmm.
that's what we are, or you should be. You know,
Yes.
you should
Yes.
be, because we live in a world filled with sharks, and if you are not ready for that, they will eat you alive. You have
Yes.
to be there with that mindset, like, I'm going out there to get it. Yeah, we want to be happy and at peace. That's part of it too. Yes. But if you are not direct about what is it that you want in this life, it'll just run you over. And this medicine, it helps in that.
Yes, it does. It definitely does. And I'm grateful that this medicine found me.
Mm.
It's been a major, major part of my life, and a major change to my life.
Same
Another
here.
thing that I want to touch on that it works on is, and it's great for, is people struggling with addiction. Um, for me, specifically opiate addictions. And this medicine saved my life
Mm.
personally.
Mm.
I went from using opiates a couple hours before having this medicine served by a very knowledgeable, well-rounded practitioner who specialized in detoxification when it came to opiates specifically. And literally 4 hours before, I was getting high at the time, and this is back in 2020.
Mm.
Um, and I went from getting high to having this medicine placed on me in a very, very high dose specifically. And
Mm.
immediately this wiped out all of the otherwise withdrawal symptoms that a person would go through from opiate withdrawal to non usage. This was able to do this for me in a 30 to 45-minute session, as opposed to, going to a detox facility where they give you, the other opioids to get off of that stuff. I don't really
Yeah.
want to go too in detail with that, as far as the names, or doing it cold turkey to where you're going to go through withdrawals for 7 to 14 days.
Mhm.
So this medicine literally wiped that out for me. But
Mm.
not only did it wipe it out, it also reset my mind. It reset my alignment to myself, which was a bigger part than just the physical aspect of it. So I had that session, and that was a major help, because now not having the withdrawal makes it a lot easier not to go back to that usage that I was doing before.
Mhm.
And then 2 days later we had another session just to really settle it in. And from that point on, I didn't need to go back to opiates. I didn't need to.
Mm,
I didn't have that same monkey on my back that I used to have. I didn't have that same voice in the back of my mind. Oh, like, okay, I got sober, but gonna go back, or
mm,
it's
mm,
pulling on me. It
mm,
did that for me. I'm not guaranteeing that it does that exactly for everybody, but it does.
mhm, mhm,
There is that potential. So,
mhm,
that's the reason why, more than anything, why this medicine is so close to my heart, because it is able to do that, and it did that for me, and I know that it can do that for others. So
mm,
I'm extremely grateful to share this medicine because
mm.
of that, among all the other things that it does.
Thank you. Thank
Hmm.
you for sharing, bro. That's so deep, man.
Hmm.
I did want to pull that up over here so folks can take a look at that right there. Here we go. Here we go.
Ooh,
Look at that.
there
Look at
goes
that
that
guy.
beautiful frog.
Yeah,
I'll
both of
mention
them.
the
It's
guy
good.
in the corner, but
Yeah, yeah.
that is.
So here we are, Saturday, February 28th, Combo. Got the sacred medicine. If you're interested, love to have you come through and experience it. It's super safe, and it's so many other things that we're saying. Like
Mhm.
it's so many other things
And
that
please also feel free to reach out to me directly. You can DM me at Energy Orchestrator. I'll gladly share more information, be it on a call or
mm,
through text. I can
mm,
also send, different information that I have in relation more in depth, for
mm,
those that
mm,
like to go with the beautiful deepness of research.
mm,
Definitely can help
mm,
guide that. And I
mm.
love to share as much information as I
Yeah.
can about this medicine.
Oh, this medicine is dear to me also, and it has helped me in many levels. And actually, if you just give me a moment, I just want to make a few points here. First of all, I had this one powerful sister come to me and tell me, "Hey, you're releasing all of this bile. So I mean, I drink alcohol. I've drank it to the point where I was throwing up my guts, and like the end of it was the green part. And she was telling me, well, what's the difference here? It sounds like the same. And I told her, first of all, these medicines have a very, very low, if at all, any impact on our body. When we're taking in things into our bodies that shift us in strong areas like alcohol, cigarettes, heroin, these things are shifting us. Also, there's a deep impact on our temple, on our body. We don't want that. You see, we want to be healed. So that's why I was telling her, like, this is a healing thing. So when you do experience this, you're not eating anything early as soon as you rise. Then you're drinking what is it, 2 liters of water or more, depending more or less, right, Will?
Yeah, right before the medicine, yeah, too, yeah.
Yeah, right. So we're
Hmm.
drinking water, you see,
Hmm.
and then once the medicine is applied to us, that's when you start feeling all of these sensations. And at some point, you purge all the water out. And they say it's about an estimate of like 3 hard ones. And it's usually that the third one that gets the bile out. So we have all of this bile in us from our liver. It's the one that's filtering many things in our body, and it causes inflammation. So if you ask people who know, somebody like Dr. Sebi, rest in love, he brought that to the public's attention, that there's only one real sickness, and that's inflammation. You see? So we need to keep the inflammation down, and this medicine helps with that. In addition to that, it also resets you on a cellular memory level too. This is what I'm learning in my research, that on a cellular level, it starts to regenerate some of those things that the body already knows what to do. It needs to be remembered. But in these environments that are they're really sick, these environments that we live in, to be quite frank, these medicines help to boost that in your immune system. It's anti-cancer as well. Now we're not walking around saying that these things are healing and all of that. We're saying that it has been documented that these things help also in an anti-cancer. It's also that anti-inflammatory as well. things like scoliosis. Actually, in my research, it says that it really helps in these areas. So that's my 2 cents, and I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, so it definitely does help with a variety of different illnesses. Um, from a scientific level, obviously, there's not that much research, but yes, if you ask indigenous communities, if you ask practitioners who have worked with this medicine for a long period of time, each of us have different expertise and knowledge, separately and both collectively, that
Mhm.
have been, we've combined.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Some people
So
say, "Man, Omar, I remember when I wasn't feeling good. And, yeah, I was throwing up in my nose, and I'm sick, and I wasn't fit." It's not like that. It's not like that. It's an energetic release. It's a little difficult to explain, but when you go through it, you see. Is it hard? Yeah, it's hard. Is it challenging? Yes, it is. It seems like anything that's really worth it, there's going to be some struggle connected to it. You have to put yourself oftentimes in these uncomfortable situations in order to go through, right? We all have
yeah.
to go into the cave and slay the dragon. Yeah. Do we want to? No, I don't feel like going inside the cave. It's dark. I can't even see the dragon. But once you get in there and you battle that thing and you come through, you get to see that chest of gold that's waiting for you on the other side. I mean, I've been through these combo sessions with you, Will. The last one, man, I was up soon after that. I took the kids to the park and we was running. I was so energetic. I went shopping. I did work around the house. Like, oof, it was beautiful,
Yes.
man. It
Yes.
really was. It's hard to describe that, but once you go through it, you'll see.
For sure. For sure.
All right. So look, let's put that up again, man, because I really want people to see what's happening here. We're located in North Bergen, New Jersey, and some people are thinking like, man, where's that flyer again? Let me see that flyer, man. It's right there, Saturday, February the 28th. This Saturday, 11 a.m.,
Yes.
North Bergen, New Jersey. Wilson, the Energy Orchestrator.
Wow.
So hit us up, call me, text me. Will is there for you. Wilson will share with you all the knowledge and everything. So
Yes.
I think that's it, right?
That's
Yeah.
it. That's
But
about it. Yes.
let's make some quick announcements. We're having that women's self love ceremony with my wife, Aziel. Ciela is, as she's well known in these circles. And she has been in ceremonies, countless ceremonies with tons of experience, and been taught by many people, practitioners. She's working with energy. She is heavy into the pranic healing. If people know about pranic, it's getting super popular, man, because people are finding out that these things that have been going on in ancient times, we can tap back into them and work with energy. So it is a cacao ceremony, and it is set for the 21st of March. So we have that going on. If you're interested, women, it's only for the women. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry about that.
Hmm.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry, man.
I'll find something else to no.
For
Just
real, yeah. We'll just have to find something else. That's it.
mhm.
But women, reach out to her. Her handle on Instagram is Ciela28, and you can hit her up there or let me know. We'll just put this in the show notes or something like that here. Um, we also have the Purple Sage on June 13th at the Stone Mountain Farm. That's going to be super outstanding food, artists, healing practitioners. It's a clean event. You bring the kids. It's going from 12 noon to 9 p.m. There's an option to camp out over also. We're also having a father and son retreat. So I know, Will, you're looking forward to that, bro.
Yes. Yes.
Too-
I am. I am definitely looking forward to that.
Okay, so that one is happening at the Stone Mountain Farm as well, and we're working with Sebastian. And Sebastian lives in Pennsylvania. He is running a school that teaches kids about yoga and meditation and art. It's crazy. He started with one student in coming to his house, bro. Now he's in over 21 schools in the tri-state area. His program is called Spark. It's an acronym. Look him
Mm,
up. Sebastian Alifat. Um,
amazing.
and then we're also having the Windhorse. We're going again, bro. Yeah, we're
Hmm.
going
Hmm.
again. We're going in May. So we're gonna
Yes.
solidify the date. It's gonna be like the second or third weekend in the month of May. So we'll keep you posted on that.
Yes.
I
100%.
think that's it.
That's all she wrote.
That's it. All right, guys. Thank you for tapping in. Appreciate
Thank you.
you. Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Till the next time. Peace.